Yvonne Cunningham, and I am 2 years, 2 very, very quick years into this amazing journey with Forever. So my background before Forever was pretty much in the health and fitness industry, though I did train to be a nurse, and very quickly realised that it was definitely more about politics and paperwork than patient care, and it definitely wasn't for me. So I found myself back in my old role in the health and fitness industry, and I loved the people, I loved all my customers, it was great, but no matter how many hours I worked, I was still only getting the minimum wage. And at the time, my daughter Ayla was 18 months old, my husband Graham worked away from home, and it was shift work, so I'm not going to lie, I felt so trapped. So me being me, every other week I was coming up with the latest brilliant idea that was going to change our life. So I wanted to design personal clothing, like jewel trainers up and stuff like that. Did that for a wee while. That was a lot of hard work for absolutely nothing. I wanted to buy a bridal boutique. Every other week it was like, we'll do this, we'll do that. Poor Graham's just like, all right, okay, Yvonne. So I had a friend of a friend on Facebook who actually had an online baby boutique that I'd bought things for my daughter from. But I knew that she was a cop, and I knew that her husband was a cop. So I saw that they'd started something that totally sparked my interest. And straight away, being the daughter of a cop, I thought, what's this they're doing? Because I know that they've got good jobs, so, you know, why would they need extra income, or what is this they're doing? I was starting to actually think they'd won the lottery because they had all these fancy cars, all these fancy holidays, and I was thinking, maybe I should have went into the police like my dad said. So I was one of these amazing prospects that basically got in touch and said, can I do this? Please, can I do this? So I didn't really know this lady. I drove to England and met her just to make sure that she wasn't like a psycho or anything. And that was me. Like, to be honest, I think on the way down I'd already decided I was joining, but I thought if this person's going to help me build a business, I best just at least meet them face to face once. So joined, and at the start I knew I would give it my all, but I didn't really have any kind of preconceptions as to what I thought I might get out of it. I kind of thought if I could earn an extra couple of £100 a month, that would make a big difference to our family. Eventually, maybe I could drop a day at my work. In reality, what happened was after 3 months in the business, I'd matched my full-time salary. And at that stage, I decided to give up my job because I just knew I had something so special in my hands, and I thought if I've got more time to do this, then what could I really do? So 3 months after that, I got to manager on the marketing plan. Everything was just going from strength to strength, an incredible team, more managers coming through in my business, and I was just on top of the world. Also had a little boy, Elliot, and I just felt so privileged that I had this little boy now, this baby, my 2 kids. I didn't need to worry about maternity leave, maternity pay, when would I go back, who would watch after them, nothing like that, completely and utterly priceless. So I had just missed chairman's bonus. I just missed it on my 600 leg. But I was so determined to go that I just decided that we would go anyway. So we went to Joburg, and it was absolutely amazing. Loved it. Came back completely fired up, thinking I'm taking over the world. And then unfortunately, the mud well and truly hit the fan, as Jennifer put it earlier on. That was good. I thought, thanks, Jen, I'm going to say that. The mud hit the fan. So between myself and my husband last year, we lost a gran, a papa, an uncle, a brother. Our dog got ran over. And then to top it all off, Ayla ended up with meningitis and septicemia, blood poisoning. And then my father-in-law had a stroke. So what kind of gratitude can you take out of that? Well, for a start, I could be there for my family 24/7, didn't even have to think twice. Didn't have to think twice to say to my husband, stay off work, don't go back to work, doesn't matter. So, you know, being in the hospital, even with Ayla, anything like that, I didn't have to worry. I didn't have to think, what am I going to do? I'm not getting paid, or like Graham will have to go back to work quicker. We can't afford this. And I was just so grateful, so grateful. And I think sometimes in Forever we look at the fancy cars, the beautiful homes, and I've got all of that as well, and it's absolutely amazing. But what happened to us last year really put in place exactly what we've got our hands on. You know, something so special and unique that can provide for you and your family when you need it the most. Like, we always talk about mindset and things like that, and I'm always massive on mindset, but I think sometimes we're kind of doing it, focusing on our business, and we don't maybe realise how much we need it for... Sorry, I can hardly... That's why I thought, bring her, then I'll not cry like a plonker. But that's where, you know, you don't realise when you're going to need it the most. My amazing team got me through last year, because I owed it to them not to give up. I owed it to them. I made them a promise that when they joined this business, I would help them in any way I could. So I kept going, and I kept going, and I kept going. And thanks. And because of them, qualified for chairman's bonus. Wasn't missing that ever again. Qualified for chairman's bonus, and then obviously to be in the top 10 after such a horrific year was really incredible. So I am so grateful, and I'm just getting started. Thanks.